Job was a man of faith, patience, and endurance. He was known as a generous and caring person and was very wealthy before these tragic events happened in his life. Milk and olive oil were symbols of material prosperity in an agricultural society. Job's flocks and olive trees were so plentiful that everything seemed to overflow. Welcome back to the program, everybody. I'm Reverend and today we're going to be reading Job chapter 29, verse 1 through 25. Job speaks of his former blessings. And if you ain't did it already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment on any video on this channel. All right, let's go ahead and begin our reading at Job chapter 29, verses 1 through 25. Job continued speaking. I long for the years gone by, when God took care of me, when he lit up the way before me, and I walked safely through the darkness. When I was in my primes, God's friendship was felt in my home. The Almighty was still with me, and my children were around me. My cows produced milk in abundance, and my groves poured out streams of olive oil. Those were the days when I went to the city gate and took my place among the honored leaders. The young stepped aside when they saw me, and even the aged rose in respect at my coming. The princes stood in silence and put their hands over their mouths. The highest officials of the city stood quietly, holding their tongues in respect. All who heard me praised me. All who saw me spoke well of me. For I assisted the poor in their need, and the orphans who required help. I helped those without hope, and they blessed me. And I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. Everything I did was honest. Righteousness covered me like a robe, and I wore justice like a turban. I served as eyes for the blind and feet for the lame. I was a father to the poor and assisted strangers who needed help. I broke the jaws of the godless oppressors and plucked their victims from their teeth. I thought surely I would die surrounded by my family after a long, good life. For I am like a tree whose roots reach the water, whose branches are refreshed with dew. New honors are constantly bestowed on me, and my strength is continually renewed. Everyone listens to my advice. They were silent as they waited for me to speak, and after I spoke, they had nothing to add, for my counsel had satisfied them. They longed for me to speak, as people long for rain. They drank my words like a refreshing spring rain. When they were discouraged, I smiled at them. My look of approval was precious to them. Like a chief, I told them what to do. I lived like a king among his troops and comforted those who mourned. Job was walking a fine line between bragging about his past accomplishment and recalling the good deeds in order to answer the charges against him. Job's one weakness throughout his conversation is that he came dangerously close to pride. Pride is especially deceptive when we are doing right, but it separates us from God by making us think we are better than what we really are. Then comes the tendency to trust our own opinions, which leads to other kinds of sin. While it's not wrong to recount the past deeds, it's also far better to recount God's blessings to us. This would help us keep us from inadvertently falling into pride. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for today. But please join me on the next episode where we'll be reading Job chapter 30, verse 1 through 31. Job speaks of his anguish. It's been wonderful having y'all today, and stay blessed.